So, a lot of guys got to understand that, man, you are worth more than what you really think, bro. A lot of guys think that they deserve single mothers. Even when they go overseas, they think that single mothers, you know, that's all that's all they deserve, or there's nothing wrong with dating single mothers, or you know what I mean. A lot of men, they don't see nothing wrong with it, but you gotta understand. You gotta understand why single mothers are on the dating market for a very, very long time. Single, okay? While the women without children, they get snatched up really, really quickly at a young age. You know, women without children, they get snatched up early, man, before 25. You see what I'm saying? 22, 23 years old. They're already snatched up. And, and not all women, though, not all women are snatched up by the time they're 25. There are some women that are around 25 and they don't have kids. And those are the women that you want. When you go overseas, you're looking for a woman around 25 years old, if you're 40, like me, around 25, with no kids, no baby daddy, no nothing. You see what I'm saying? No boyfriend around, nothing. Those are the ones you want. You don't want the ones with the kids. So you get over there, you be picky and choosy. Because what I'm seeing here, man, is black men going over to Thailand, Colombia, Brazil, the Philippines. I'm seeing black men going over there taking in leftover women, man. And you really don't have to. And a lot of you guys say, well, it's hard to find a female that's young, pretty, and single. True, but you also got to put in the effort to say no and say no again and say no and next, next, and keep saying next, next, next. You got to keep nexting these broads, man, until you find the one that fit your standards. Now you have to set the standards as a man and don't go against your own standards. A lot of guys, they set standards for themselves, but they go the opposite direction. Like they set standards and then they end up with a single mother. Like, bro, I thought you said you wasn't gonna go out with a single mother, or I thought you wasn't gonna wife up wife up a single mother. I'm still not 100%. Um, I thought you wasn't gonna wife up a single mother, man. What the hell is going on? And sure enough, they end up marrying some single mother in Thailand or in the Philippines because they were really, really pretty. You know, and I get it, man. A lot of them females that are single moms, they are very gorgeous. Right now, I'm looking at a single mother right now. Well, she's with a foreigner, but she was a single mother when she met him. She's married to some white guy, but she is bad. She is pretty, boy. You know what I'm saying? Long hair all the way down to her fucking butt almost. Around her lower back. You know what I'm saying? The bra is nearly almost an 8. She's almost an 8. And I'm like, okay, I understand why he married her. But you really don't really have to marry her. You see what I'm saying? Even though she's an 8, it's still, I can see you dating her for a couple of months or something like that. I can see you dating her for a couple of months. But after a couple of months is done, you should be moving on. You should be pumping and dumping, hitting and quitting. You see what I'm saying? Because you want to start your own fucking legacy, bro. And there's plenty of women out there that are young and beautiful with no children. It's just a lot of us foreign men, we have low standards because of America. We get over here, we get over to Thailand and Colombia and the Philippines, we get over to these countries and we're like, oh shit, women like us over here. I got no problem getting pussy over here. I can get my face match over here. So we go crazy and we settle down with the first female that likes us and shit that's pretty. You see what I'm saying? But you really don't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? You know, I say pumping and dumping is for single mothers. You should be pumping and dumping and not talking to them ever again. See, the way you pump and dump is you hit the pussy and then you don't talk to them again. Even though they call you and stuff like that and try to talk to you, you don't pick up the phone. Because if you do it again, if you have sex with her again, then it becomes something. You see what I'm saying? Once you become intimate with this female a couple of times, like 2 or 3 times, you know, you start to develop feelings for her. And then you know, find yourself in a fucking trap that you can't get out of. You're like, damn, how the fuck did I get into this trap? You hit the pussy twice. That's why. You know, that's what happened. You see what I'm saying? No, you hit the pussy and then you run. She call you, hey, nah, I'm busy, or just don't pick up the phone at all. Guys don't get that part, no. Or you could just not sleep with her at all. You could just hear that she's a single mother or a leftover woman, in other words, right? And you could just say, fuck it, I don't want to talk to her no more. And then done. Hang up the phone. Yeah, she's pretty, but she still has a kid by another man. You see, just because you go over to these countries, you know, and you're thirsty, you're hungry, you see what I'm saying? Just because you go over there like that, don't mean you have to settle for whatever comes your way. See, a lot of guys, they go over to these countries, you know, Thailand, Philippines, they get off the plane already in a relationship. They didn't even get to sow their royal oats. They already in a relationship once they get off the plane in Thailand or in the Philippines, like Sunshine Shoulders. You could tell the guy's very desperate for women's attention and shit because he got off the plane in a relationship and he was in the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? Got off the plane in the Philippines in a relationship right away. I'm like, bro, you didn't even get a chance to like get, you know, get some pussy and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You're already in a relationship. Nah, you don't have to do it that way, man. You just get over there. You single for like a year. You could be a single for like a year, and then you could settle down. But first, you want to sow your royal oats first. You want to catch up for lost time. See, a lot of guys out here, man, have been starving for pussy, okay, because of America's data system. You know, the shit is highly competitive to get pussy nowadays in America. Women got so many goddamn options that they can't even stay put. You see what I'm saying? They disappear in the moment you make a mistake. You know, as soon as you fucking breathe wrong or you sneeze wrong, they're out of there. You know, that's how American women are nowadays because they're so goddamn, they got so many options. And that's why a lot of men are moving to other countries so they can have a advantage in dating. You see, men in America are at a disadvantage when it comes to dating because there's so many of us. There's so many men, and we got to compete with each other for the women, bro. Especially the top tier, you know, even the average women we got to compete for. You see what I'm saying? Because Chad and Tyrone got the dating market cornered, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, I'm a normie, man. Yeah, I'm a normie, and I know I'm not a Tyrone, but Chad and Tyrone got this. They got this shit on lock. So men are fucking relocating to a different country, man. You see what I'm saying? Men are fucking relocating to a different country so they can have a good dating life. So they can have a girlfriend or a wife. Some dudes are going out there to get married and shit. And they can. They go out there, they get a woman of their likings, and they can get married just like that if they want to. And then a lot of dudes are going over there and they getting girlfriends with the snap of the finger. That's what I'm fucking talking about, bro. No struggling. No women over here being picky and choosy and shit. And then you got these shamers, which are, some of them are Tyrones and Chads. Chads and Tyrones are shaming men for going over to different countries to get women. But they don't understand the black pill is what they say, right? That's what the incels call, you know, that's what the incels call it. The black pill, right? They don't understand the black pill. They are ignorant to it. They don't understand it. And they're like, why are you niggas going over to countries over there? Like, well, bro, because we're not 6'6" and we don't have a 6-figure income. We're not Chad and Tyrone. We don't have 8, 9s, and 10s looks. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to where it's less competitive because your ass got the dating market cornered. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta go overseas where shit is in our favor. Because America is hell. I don't care what nobody says, bruh. America is hell. Especially when it comes to dating, bruh. When it comes to dating, America sucks, bruh. And they don't care. The elites, they up on their high horse. It don't affect them. Because they getting women and shit. They getting pussy. They getting girlfriends and wives. So they don't care about you. They don't care if you go 3, 4, 5 years without a girlfriend or sex. They don't care. You see what I'm saying? So what you want to do is you want to relocate. You want to relocate to a different country. Now, a lot of guys got to understand that not every single foreigner is going to be able to do this. Not every single foreigner got the fucking funds to stay out there for long term. Stay out there until you die, basically. It takes, that's why a lot of guys who are older, in their fucking 60s and 70s, they able to do it because they got the pension, they got 401k, they got retirement funds, they got all that shit, bro, that they could pinch off of, okay? And they could live out there long term, okay? But some of the younger guys, you're not going to be able to do it until later in life, man. I'm sorry. And you could talk about men getting a passport, or you could tell men getting a passport to get their passport every single day until you drop. But getting your passport, it doesn't mean shit if you got to come back here to this hellhole. You see what I'm saying? Getting your passport don't mean shit if you got to come back here in like 2 or 3 weeks. You could only be in Thailand for 2 weeks at a time, twice a year. That shit sucks. Fuck that. You got to come back and you go from dating 6s and 7s, to dating 2s and 3s again. Come on, man. Because that's what happens. A lot of guys, they go over there, bro. They have the time of their life. They have sex. They have intimacy. They have dates. They got girlfriends. And then 2 weeks is up. Then they got to come back here. I done heard stories of guys crying on the airplane because they got to come back to this hellhole here in America, man. I done heard stories of men just like, damn, I'm going home, man. I was having sex and everything, dating 8, 9s, and 10s, or what they consider 8, 9s, and 10s, right? Because our definition of 8, 9s, and 10s is different from Thailand's men definition. Their definition is different. You see what I'm saying? But we come over like, oh my God, I was having sex, man. I was having the time of my life, man. I'm back here. It don't mean shit if you can't live over there for the rest of your life. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of guys, and the thing is, you don't have to worry about, let me tell you, You don't have to worry about like these countries getting saturated with foreigners. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men are leaving the U.S. whether you like it or not, or whether you believe it or not. There's tons and tons of men who have left the U.S. to go to a different part of the world where they can have a better dating life. There's tons and tons, but not every single foreigner can stay there though. You see what I'm saying? That's the good thing about it. So there will always be women in other countries plentiful for you and me. You see what I'm saying? And you don't have to date single mothers. You have to X them out. You have to next them. Just keep nexting those bitches. Next, until you get the one that don't have any kids. That's called setting your standards. You see what I'm saying? That's called setting your standards. And you go by your standards. You go by rules and regulations in life, man. You see what I'm saying? You go by rules and regulations and you stick to them until you meet your, you go by standards and your standards, not just any old standards, but your standards. You go by your standards until you meet your standards, and then you got the mission accomplished. You see what I'm saying? But don't just settle for no single mother, man. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, man, these women, let me tell you something real quick. These women do not be checking for foreigners in Thailand or in, like, you know, or in the Philippines. Sorry, had to pause for a little bit. You know, these women, they don't be checking for foreigners until they get knocked up by their men. And they're like, no more Filipino men, no more Thai men, I'm done. But, you should have thought about that before you dealt with those motherfuckers, though. Yeah, they're your men, but you should have been checking for foreigners before you got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So these women who have gotten pregnant by, a Thai man or a Filipino man, they wasn't checking for you before that happened. That's why you go after the ones that without the kids, the ones who's checking for you before they have kids. You see what I'm saying? Look, if Thai men do not want women with children, you don't either. You hold yourself to a higher ground. You see what I'm saying? You hold yourself to a higher ground. If Filipino men do not want single mothers, you don't want single mothers either. If white men do not want single mothers, then you don't either. You see what I'm saying? You don't say, I'm going inside this garbage can, man. You want some of this, man? Motherfucker, like, nah. Some white guy standing by you, like, nah, I don't want that, man. That's in the garbage can for a reason, bro. Oh, okay, man, more for me. You know what I mean? Fuck all that, bro. Fuck you being the sloppy seconds taker or the leftovers taker. The motherfucker that come in when the party is done and you come in scraping up the leftovers and shit. The food all cold. Motherfuckers have ate the good shit, you know what I'm saying, and scraps are left over. Like, nah, man. That's called being a hyena, man. You gotta consider yourself as a fucking lion, bro. The lion get the lion's share, the hyenas get the leftovers. They always get the leftovers. They get the scraps with the bones with barely any meat on it and shit like that. They fucking, and then you got motherfuckers out here that fight over leftovers, just like hyenas do. You see what I'm saying? In the wild, hyenas in the wild, they fucking fight over leftovers. I see it all the time when I'm watching those nature shows, right? Lion get they fucking, lion share, and then here come the hyenas get the scraps and leftovers. And they proud to take the leftovers and shit. You see what I'm saying? And then they fight over it. So it's like, bro, don't be them hyenas, bro. Don't be a hyena. Don't be a fucking shrimp or a crab bottom feeding this shit. You just eating eating the crumbs that fell from the shark's mouth. The shark was eating the prey, whatever he was eating, right? You know, and the crumbs are falling from his mouth, and here come you out of nowhere with your fucking tongue flapping in the wind, talking about, yeah, dinner time. And you fucking eating the scraps, and then you fucking, and you go back into the middle of nowhere and shit. After you get through eating that shit, you run back into the cuts. Like, come on, man. Like, stop. Be a shark. Be a predator. Be a fucking lion. You know what I'm saying? Get the lion's share. Don't get the scraps and leftover share. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm in the video. You guys have a good day. Peace out. Take care and bless. I'm out. Don't be a leftover taker. Peace.